Welcome to this second match of Seven Wonders Duel between ZeusAI and another top player of Seven Wonders Duel, JJ, who's here with us. Thank you, JJ, for joining.
Excited to be here.
Yeah. We also have the ZeusAI team. As last time, we have Lorenzo.
Hi everyone.
We have Francesco.
Hello.
And Sasha.
Hi.
And we also have two very special guest commentators. Arrigo from our last game.
Hello again.
Yes. And Scops.
Hi there.
Hi. So yeah, thanks a lot for joining. You know Arrigo very well from the last match. Scops is also another extremely good player of Seven Wonders Duel. He's also the founder of the Italian group, the Italian Telegram group of Seven Wonders Duel. And I guess so I can also mention that JJ is the organizer of the annual Seven Wonders Duel World Championship, which Arrigo won last time, and Scops was defeated in the semifinals by Arrigo.
And I was defeated in the final.
And you were defeated in the final, yes, exactly.
Yes.
So
maybe someone should say who won the previous edition.
True. Oh, I see.
That's Jove. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's also true.
Everyone's here.
Yes. Okay. So I think we can go ahead and have some comments by Francesco, Scops, and Arrigo about the previous match while we get warmed up for the new match between Zeus and JJ. So Francesco, you want to take it from here?
So if you remember, or for the audience, we organized a similar match some weeks ago. The result was that the AI won 3-2 against Arrigo, but or at least these games were analyzed pretty thoroughly on the Telegram group of the Italian community, at least. So I know that Scops and Arrigo, maybe they have some comments. I remember then that the first two games were won by Arrigo, by science, and the other three games were won by the AI with a civil victory on victory points. And I think this tells us also a little bit about how the AI plays the game, but I don't know, do you have any comment on this?
Should I start?
Yeah, please go.
Yeah, we discussed this already. I think it's not that AI doesn't play science or military strategies, but then at least last time Zeus used that to capitalize on points. And because the impression I had is that points, if you have a point advantage, then trying to go for a civil victory is the strategy that is less prone to bad luck. So Zeus pushed science and military, but at the end, I was forced to defend on that, and that forced me to give up like a lot of good cards, not to build a lot of good cards, and that concretized as a point advantage. I don't know. I think Scops, you had something deeper to say, probably.
No. Of course, I completely agree with that. Last time I was just a spectator, so I wasn't in the call or anything. But and of course, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how strong ZeusAI would be. Of course, and the fact that you won the first two games, of course, was a good sign for the humankind. But at the same time, at the end of those two games, I had already assessed that the AI was formidable player. I'm not the very best player out there, but I think I can spot mistakes when they're made. And Zeus did not make any mistakes in those two games. He lost, but it wasn't his fault. He played perfectly well. Of course, I mean, you deserve those wins because you played just as well, but he had no chance. He played at the very best. I don't think any human could have played any better than Zeus did in those two games. So I was like, okay, we won the first two games, but it's not over. We can still lose. And in fact, so I was very impressed by the strength of Zeus. Even though he had lost the first two games, I was like, okay, this is an outstanding player, and Arrigo is going to have a tough time in the next few games. So, and in fact, eventually you ended up losing. But it was very interesting to watch, and I was very impressed with the work you guys have done on this AI, which is very strong. And I hope JJ will manage to pull off a win. But I'm not very confident. I mean, Zeus is playing just perfectly. I wish you good luck, JJ.
I hope to get one game.
Just one game is your target. Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck.
So maybe one more thing I want to say is that we were discussing whether it's more difficult to win, to have a civil victory against Zeus. I'm curious that. I'm not about it. I think the fact that both my wins were science victory was just because of the setup of the games. The low token was almost always there. The theology was also very often in the game. So I don't know. Maybe that just could be a coincidence, but we should observe that even in situation where Zeus could have tried a military or a science victory, and it chose to go points. So that could be a line. It also doesn't mean that Zeus doesn't like at all to win in other ways. I don't know. Maybe you guys of the developing team have stats about that. I don't know. Maybe you don't want to tell us, but it's interesting that different players in this game have quite different stats on share of civil, science, and military victories. At the end, for most, civil victories are still the frequent, but how much more frequent, that varies a lot. So I would be interested at some point to see what those stats for Zeus. Maybe that's just.
So we don't have any secret information. We are just organizing everything we have for publication. But it was also during the earlier phases when we were still able to defeat the neural network. It was mostly done by science, and somehow it's a bit counterintuitive, or maybe for people who don't know how this exactly works, that the strong suit of the computer is precisely the civil victory, seems the assessment of the civil victory, rather than the tactic of the laying of the cards, which for example, at the start, I would have expected to be the thing that it could do in a superior way. But there is also to remind that the game has a lot of variability anyways. And what we saw the other time, there were only 5 matches. So this is still, I mean, the game is very varied in the outcomes.
It's not always the best player who wins the game. It's not chess.
True.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for sharing all of your thoughts. Perhaps, Lorenzo, do you want to ask a few questions? Because I have introduced scopes a little bit more than JJ. Now it's time to introduce our, the opponent of ZeusAI today.
Yes, of course. So, as in for the previous matches, it's my pleasure to officially introduce to you the human opponent of ZeusAI. Today we have JJ with us. He has you have already heard from Java. He is a top fan of this board game, and he is the organizer of the World Championship on Board Game Arena. He is also a long-time Seven Wonders Duel player, and he also reached the peak score of more than 600 ELO points. But before keeping on talking about Seven Wonders Duel, maybe JJ would like to introduce himself to the audience and just say a couple of words about himself.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks again for this opportunity. Really excited. So I live in Tucson, Arizona, far away from pretty much all of you guys. It's a high of 28 degrees Celsius today, so a nice day. So I live with my beautiful wife, Brianna. I've got two boys, 5 and 3 years old. They're great. For work, I'm a software engineer, so I like a lot of, we got a lot of mathematicians, engineers, all these kind of people playing these games. So it's exciting. Yeah, I guess that's a little bit about myself. I started playing Seven Wonders Duel maybe 3 years ago or so. Fun fact, I have like over 3,000 games on BGA. I do not own a physical copy of the game. I've never played the game physically. So I think it would be a disaster for me to try and play because I always just look at like, how many points do I have? How many coins do I need to buy this thing? Like, I have no idea. Like, it would be a disaster if I played in real life. I got into board games back in like 2014, through work. And then a friend of mine introduced me to a game called Android Netrunner. I'm not sure if anyone's heard about it. It's a really amazing game. It's an asymmetrical 2-player game where one player plays as like a corporation, one player plays as a hacker, and it's like there's a lot of interactive play. And I played that competitively for a few years, and that really got me into like 2-player board games specifically. And then I played a lot of Seven Wonders. And then when I saw Seven Wonders Duel, I was like, okay, this is like a great game for me because I really love games where one-on-one is really nice, and then having that interactivity between the 2 players. So yeah, that's a quick blurb about myself though, and how I got into board games.
That's great. And what kind of player would you say you are? Do you prefer some kind of mechanics?
Yeah, based on my stats, I play a lot of science, which is probably like not ideal. In general, though, with board games, I tend to be very aggressive. I try and put opponents in bad spots, and like that's just the way I play. I don't like to play not to lose. I like to play to win. But yeah, in Seven Wonders, and that's one thing I noticed with the AI, and it was touched on before, but like the whole big point of this game is being able to balance the 3 win conditions, and Zeus obviously does it like amazingly well. It knows when to go for. In the other games, it was mostly going for civil, but it also, like, if you're playing against good opponents, science and military are harder to achieve, and so it does a good job of using those to pressure you and then just win on the blues. But so I'm excited to give it a shot. My goal is to win 1 game on civil. I think that would be pretty cool. But I don't. I'm not super confident, but I'm excited, and yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Okay, thank you very much. I think you have done a wonderful job in introducing yourself to the audience. And have you got any final statement before moving to the first match?
Not really. The one thing I'll say is I do think the AI is very strong. I think it's much stronger than I am. So because of that, I'll probably end up taking more risks. If I see an opportunity that would give me a big advantage by taking a risk, I'll probably end up going that route. But again, we'll see how the game goes. I'm not going to go crazy, but I will probably take more risks than I normally would against a weaker opponent.
Okay, fantastic. I think we can start with the first game.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I
maybe.
will.
Well, quick thing. Sasha wants to
Oh yes.
talk about the poll.
Of course, as the last time we're about to launch the poll, like what the audience expects from this match, like who's going to win. And as last time, like we give you 4 options, like a clear win from either side, so 3-0 or 3-1, or a tight match, so a win on a tie break, 3-2 for either side. So pick one. Last time I got my prediction completely wrong, so I'm like I was expecting a clear win for either side. That didn't happen. So I'm not going to try again this time, but let's see what our audience thinks. I wanted to ask JJ if he wanted to adopt this strategy, like for this, like to his opponent, but like I already got this answer, so I guess not much point like in asking that again. But I want to mention that I also like Android Netrunner very much, so you have good taste. And then I guess I can leave Arrigo like the who would like to start this match.
Okay, yeah, I'm ready to whenever
Okay.
has the game started, no?
No,
No.
I'm gonna leave this call and then I'll
Yep.
start the match.
Okay,
Exactly.
yeah, sure.
Fantastic.
On the other side.
Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah. Sorry, I disappeared for some couple of minutes. I was fixing some technical problems. I realized I was with the Wi-Fi, but now I'm connected by cable, so it should be better. And so let's see.
Yeah, the game has started. So
Okay, I'm
this
okay.
time you.
I'm entering the game. So first player is JJ, and we can see that. No. Okay, no, because I'm late. So now this is the second round of draft. So first player is Zeus. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
Okay, and there's only 2 double turn wonders, and they have 1 each. Okay, this started already. So what can we say about the setup?
I think the draft looks pretty even. JJ has slightly better wonders, I would say. But it's 1 replay each. That's
Okay,
not huge advantage.
The setup is heavily influenced by the presence of theology and law, especially because there's only 2 double turn wonders in the game, so theology is really worth a lot. And I think a lot of the game will turn around the science because of this reason. So
Makes sense. I guess we can also see the analysis at the moment, and Zeus agrees with you, like gives like quite significant chances for his opponent to win by science. Not often the case, and it's definitely not often the case with Outlaw, so.
And JJ has already gone for 2 science cards. That's a lot of science to start the game.
Yeah, indeed, both players are investing on science, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Pretty good analysis.
As the second player, JJ will have to reveal more cards during the age 1, so it's not unlikely that he will have to reveal the last science card. So having 2 prevents Zeus from having 3 of them. That would be quite a disaster. So I think it was a good move. Then, of course, resources are scarce for him. And oh, so if you see the stats, that's already now the advantage has gone on Zeus side quite a bit. I think because of the resource advantage.
Yeah, so Zeus is definitely doing okay on resources. It's not great, I would say, right? It's still wood is lacking, manufactured resources are lacking.
Yeah,
But
but it's likely to access the last wood, right?
Yes, that's true. The last wood should be available for Zeus to pick.
and Zeus picked the tavern, that the 4-coin
Mhm.
yellow
Oh,
card
yes.
that, as we discussed a couple of times already, I don't know if during the stream or afterwards, that's one of its favorite cards, and a favorite card of many top player here is the 4th
Yes.
science card. And this is
Interesting.
oh, so yes, discarding and picking because of the mausoleum are more or less similar by for Zeus, isn't it?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, so maybe we can remind our audience that the mausoleum lets you pick a card for free from the discard pile. So maybe Zeus, Zeus is still thinking about science, but it's perhaps okay to discard the pharmacist because they will be able to pick it up later through the mausoleum.
And I
this
guess the
is,
main thing. Perfect. Please go.
yeah, sorry, no, finished.
I was saying that probably the main thing for Zeus is to prevent his opponent from like getting the 3 green cards, and like doesn't care as much as like to build up himself. Like probably again aiming to point on a victory on points. But it is true that not picking it immediately like leaves you more exposed to like your opponent picking theology. So
Yeah, that was an unusual choice, at least. I would have built the green card for sure, and I think most human players, most good human players would have done the same. So Zeus is really accumulating a lot of coins, and one of the reasons is that it's true that resources are not perfect, so the wonders they still cost a lot, and some good cards of H2 still cost a lot. For example, the Caravansary is a good card, but it requires the gray resources, and Zeus doesn't have any.
Yeah, exactly. I think that might end up being a big problem for Zeus, the lack of gray resources.
And now let's see, because now the usual problem of last turn. So I guess Zeus plays when you pick to when you click a button, or how does it work? So can we pause for a moment to discuss the situation here?
Oh no, I think we cannot.
No, it just goes its own rhythm. Okay, I didn't know. So now there are 3 options. 2 of them are to use the Appian way to get a double turn and get the last card of the age, and the last one is to just
last one is
pick
not
one of the
really
resources. So now only that option was now excluded. So for sure Zeus will play double turn.
Yeah,
it's choosing which of the 2. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
And these cards.
These cards actually. So okay, maybe it does surprises me because the bricks, the clay could be destroyed by a statue of Zeus.
Yeah, that is true.
And that's an important resource for the mausoleum. So
maybe because like Zeus wanted to have more coins to go into H2.
I think
because
so.
Yeah, it was a big coin difference between building the clay reserve and discarding.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So now it's JJ has this 6-coin card that is a good card, but behind there's a card that he needs a lot because the double stone is quite important. And I don't think he can allow. I don't think he can really give up that card, but maybe I'm wrong because of the of the lighthouse.
Right. And
Okay,
now
he pushed for a
JJ.
yellow.
Okay, so he does. I guess he also needed a yellow card sooner or later,
Yeah.
right? Because he was still discarding for 2 coins, which is not ideal.
Okay.
And okay,
Okay.
Zeus.
So that was
Oh,
now is extremely pessimistic, and this is very
oh,
easy reveal. Time
yes.
victory sounds
Okay.
like a concrete possibility for JJ. Zeus was already not happy after the reveal, but now even less happy.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, the evaluation changed really a lot, especially with this green card. The
Yeah, now
because-
now
library.
Zeus can't access theology, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like JJ more or less has control now
Mhm.
of. Okay, yes. Some delicate things like military and resources, but
And JJ will also get access to the dispensary without having to use the Temple of Artemis,
Yeah,
which is also
true.
big advantage.
very yeah.
Yeah. 4 different symbols and then low that can come in H3 or even later in this age.
Yeah, even in H2. That's right. So very, very difficult situation for Zeus.
Suppose that after
This is expensive now,
yeah, very.
but exactly, yeah. So Zeus is now a bit less pessimistic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I guess it's clear that his opponent is going for science, and that's the only like.
Yeah, like he was mentioning before the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
He said he's a fan of science victory. Yeah, I think science is. Yeah, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I wasn't sure discarding this was the right move. Maybe revealing the other two was. I don't know, because I think Zeus still has to reveal the other 2 cards. But then JJ might have more money to build a green one if that gets revealed. And that's the question.
Uh-huh. So the other wheel costs... No, it costs a lot, the other wheel. I think 6 coins. So even if JJ discards now...
Okay, then...
Zeus can still, play to the left.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically now, JJ can only win on science, right?
Yes.
There is no other...
And he has to pick 2 symbols in H3. No chance to...
Any two green cards in H3.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, any 2 green cards.
Mm-hmm. Unless low is stolen by
that's right.
Zeus.
Right. That is true. Good point. Okay, so Zeus does not have to go to the left yet because JJ is still at 0 coins, so JJ will not be able to afford the second wheel in any case.
Yeah, good thing for Zeus is that he can keep pushing on the reds, at least one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he has the mausoleum. I guess JJ also has 2 military wonders and also the Temple of Artemis, of course.
Yeah, that makes it difficult to snatch a military victory.
Yeah.
But JJ's economy isn't great, and he has to really invest on the green cards. Like he can't let any of them pass. So I'm not sure he can do.
Maybe he cannot build a red card. You mean now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
especially the walls.
Yeah.
The walls.
The one that costs two stones, the walls,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
prohibitively expensive.
Yes. So actually, yeah, the military situation is.
It's good because that goes in the discard pile, and Zeus can
Oh, right.
reach it later.
Oh, that is true. The discard pile is good for Zeus.
Yeah, and building the Colossus is probably off limits as well because you need money for the green cards. Oh,
This is also
this is
Oh.
not ideal for
no
JJ.
greens visible.
No greens. So that's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
And it has to start and discard the circus because otherwise it's basically already over.
Oh yes. Yes,
Yeah,
it is
he
over.
could build the Colossus maybe to prevent destruction
Oh.
of 5 mana.
All right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it costs 6, but if you don't, then you lose them immediately.
You lose 5, but then you go, yeah.
Oh, JJ is really thinking hard. If you look at his webcam.
This is it is a delicate choice because if you discard and then you get 5 coins destroyed, you go to 10. That is still acceptable. If you build a Colossus, you have 6 coins, and maybe that's not enough to. Yeah, I think it's not enough to build some of the green cards.
How expensive are they?
After JJ's play, if there's no green card directly behind, for sure Zeus will reveal the other 2 cards before the economy of JJ gets better. So maybe discarding is better actually. Yeah, that's what
So he does discard.
Oh,
this is big. Because this is actually one of the cheapest green cards for JJ.
Yeah.
Because there is the other Armiller is Fear.
11 coins, I think.
11 coins, yes. The other Armiller is Fierce is 11 coins.
But at least this military card is not taken by Zeus.
That is true. That is
but
true.
you can't take it either. Too expensive.
No, but still better discarding than getting hit.
Yes,
of course.
That's true.
So now maybe it is Mausoleum time. Is it for Zeus? What does the yeah? That's what the analysis says.
Yeah, that's what Zeus wants to do. So +2 on the military track. Okay, there is one green card.
Ooh, so
that is important.
Mandatory.
So really discarding everything was important for.
Yes. Okay, and good for JJ that the other card is not red or green. That would be a problem.
Mandatory pick, but the soul needs like not to lose priority on the reds. Now it's even, according to Zeus.
So JJ has the Temple of Artemis, right? So if he discards twice, he can build it.
Problem is that I think if there are some green cards that if get revealed now, then JJ can't afford them still.
Oh, right, because one of the 2 sundials is too expensive.
5.
Oh,
exactly 5. That's it.
Wow.
Amazing.
Okay. We're seeing a replay of the first match. We have JJ snatching Science victory as second player, like Arrigo did. So very, very interesting. I think JJ is joining us on audio as well. Hey JJ, can you hear us?
Hey, I can hear you guys.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank
Very
you.
well played.
I knew the red was coming as soon as I picked up the mortar. I was like, oh, here we go. And we got a good red line, so it's okay. Could have easily gone the other way. I was very happy to see that. Well, because I had the one cost me 5 and the other one cost me 8. And so that was the
yes.
only science in that spot that I could pick up. So that it worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the evaluation, yeah, I see the last evaluation was about 50%. That sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it
exactly.
played through to your plan to like take more risks and go heavy on the greens, and that paid off. So
I was honestly, I was shocked when it didn't pick up the second green on the first row. I don't know what it thought the evaluation was at that point, but like, I don't know Arrigo or Scops what you guys thought, but like for me, whenever if I have one extra turn and my opponent has one extra turn and there's law and theology, I'm always picking that one up. So I was pretty surprised that it just ignored it completely.
Yeah, you started very
Yeah.
quickly, so I didn't really have time to consider. I entered the game like when you were already at the end of the Wonder draft, so that went very quickly. I didn't have time to evaluate the position, but yes, I agree with you. What I was saying at the beginning of the game is that it's a setup that's really strongly influenced by the presence of law and theology tokens, together with the fact that there are only two double turn wonders in the game.
Right.
So
yeah, I actually noticed.
I agree with you.
I'm jumping behind, but in Arrigo's fourth game, there was a time where it eventually used its extra turn, its Artemis, to go get its last green wonder, like the fourth one. But it took a long time for the AI to like realize that that was a good play. It like sat thinking about other stuff, and then it finally was like, oh, I should go get it, which makes me think maybe the AI maybe isn't as good with the like long-term science play. I don't know if that's true, but it certainly seemed so in this game. Like again, I thought it was an easy pickup for it to take the second green. So
According to what we could see in the stats, he had already decided that he wanted to go civil, and he wasn't worried about your science win at that point for some reason.
True. Like he was worried about like his opponent's science win, but he wasn't like going to push for a science win itself.
Right.
So that's why he discarded.
I mean,
but the chance was still small for your win, according to his evaluation.
I mean, because he's going first, so he gets a bunch of the more better resources in age one, and so maybe like even if I got the theology, like there was no way I was going to be able to use it. Like I was maybe using Artemis once, and that was about it. So maybe that was part of the evaluation. It's like I'm just going to stomp you on resources, and you won't be able to even use theology if it comes up. And if you win on law, like I guess that's lucky. So maybe that's its thinking there.
But I was also surprised when Zeus discarded science card in H1.
Yeah, I was too. I thought that was. I mean, he had Mausoleum to maybe go back and get it.
But it's a good science card because it's one of the two with concatenation. So
right.
And getting theology for free or law for free in H2 is not that bad, isn't it?
And I mean, it would have worked out for him. Like obviously you don't know when H2 comes up, but it ended up being in a position where if he could have gotten it for free without having used Mausoleum, like it would have worked out for him.
Well, the evaluation was very close between the two choices. Like
not
like there was a clear preference for discarding over picking it. The evaluation was really pretty much the same.
I mean, at that point it had like 3 or 4 yellow cards, so like it was also getting a lot of money for discarding, and maybe it liked them having the money. Although it had a lot of. I actually expected it. I also expected at the end of H2 for it to use Mausoleum earlier to like break my bank. But he let me build up, so I don't think it was that big of a deal either way. But he like discarded a card when he had like 19 coins, which I don't know. Which I thought was interesting too.
I found interesting even also when he discarded the last wood at the end of the H1 instead of building it. He was very in between the options. Apparently, it was very close for him, and in the end, he decided to discard it. But for a second, he also thought about playing the circus. That was an option that he evaluated, and he was almost going for it for a second. And then his first move of H2. So he was really aggressive. He thought using circus was crucial playing the circus was crucial to win the game very early. He had to play it. Even at the end of H1, he considered it, which is something I wouldn't have even considered at all.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Given that he used his, the using of the extra turn wonder at the end of H2 or end of H1 also surprised me. Like, I don't know what you guys think, but usually if I have one extra turn and I'm like theology's out there and I have a green, like I like to keep it around for H2. But I guess you get the, maybe that's not true because he also gets the first 2 cards. In the
I never know what to do there, and
I think that was the plan. Yeah, I'm a
you
big
get the
fan
first
of
2 cards, which is really nice. You can like block and you can also get your green potentially. So yeah.
I'm a big fan of the last turn replay, like to start second age, and like statistics, like Zeus data shows that like starting second age is the single thing that most correlates with winning the game. So that's why.
I could see that. I mean, second age has all your like really nice resource cards and greens and everything, and you can really set some nice things when you start. So I mean, it makes sense.
And I think the argument for discarding both the green card and the root at the end of the first stage was like just to have more money. Like Zeus got a lot of money from the discards, and money gives you flexibility. So it's true that you're passing on some very good cards, but like if you start second age, you want to be able to purchase whatever you need to do to purchase.
Yeah.
So maybe that was
what did he give as red percentage at the end of age 1? Do you know? Because like, I mean, I wasn't that far ahead on science at that point, but I'm just curious, like if because you were saying with the circus, like if he wants to go red.
It was very low.
And
it wasn't,
end of
it
H1
wasn't that.
wasn't.
Yeah.
End of
I mean, again,
H2 was high, but H1.
At age. Yeah, usually red, like you need more of the extra turn wonders to make it work in H3 because it's easily counterable if someone just pulls the right card. So.
And you also have the military wonders, so.
Yeah, right. I mean, they were kind of expensive, but yes, I could also counter with those. I was thinking about I was considering using Colossus, but I needed the money for Artemis in case like the lay happened so that I could go second in H3. So I had to hold the money for it. I couldn't spend it on Colossus.
Yeah, I think it was a very, very wise choice not to use Colossus as the very first move of H3.
Yeah.
Someone could be tempted, but then you would not have afforded the green card that costed a lot. So it's better to discard and get hit five coins than spending 6 and not gain anything from the discard.
That was my thinking. Like if I lose 5, I lose 5. And there were 2 reds that I had first priority on anyway. So it's like I'm probably not going to lose. I figured I wasn't going to have a problem with reds. And yeah, if you saw me, I was like counting how much all my greens were going to cost because it was like 11, 13. It was like crazy, like high. So again, I barely snuck it out. So
yeah, probably that was the moment where you spent the most time. The beginning of the third age. You played quite fast overall. I think it was a faster game than.
I definitely play faster than most people. That's true. Yeah, this is actually for me. I felt like I played slowly and methodically, but like I'm sure for you guys, you're just like he's just flying through this game.
I don't know. I felt like it was quite fast.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
That was a fun game.
Yeah.
All right. We're doing round 2.
Yes. Let's go ahead.
I'll lead, and I'll propose a rematch, and we'll get fun here.
Good luck.
So I leave the lead commentary to Scops, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get into the game. Still not there. Something's going wrong. Yeah, there you go. Here we are. Okay, so of course, JJ starting first, as we expected. And yeah, he goes for the Piraeus, which is the obvious move. Zeus is going to go for the Sphinx for sure. And let's see what else, what other wonder he chooses. I think I'll go for the Mausoleum because of the presence of law in the science in the bonus tokens. Let's see what he goes for. I think yeah, he's evaluating the Mausoleum. slightly higher or not? Am I reading that correctly? Maybe not.
Yeah, it's correct.
Oh,
It's correct.
yes,
Okay.
it is.
Slightly higher.
The value is what he thinks for himself. So
Right. Oh, okay. And then,
So
of
it
course,
means that
here we'll
overall he's not too
not too
happy.
confident. Yeah, of course. Well, he's going second, so that's normal. He'll take Artemis here.
Oh, I think we have a small technical issue.
It froze.
Yeah, I'll try to restart.
Zeus died.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, we're
He
back.
should be
Right,
back.
he's back. Yeah.
Okay, Temple of
And
Artemis.
he's doing sensible things.
And he's
Okay.
doing several things. Yeah. So obviously, JJ will go for the other good wonders and leave the pyramids to Zeus. And let's see what he starts with just now. I'll probably go with a green one, probably the mortar. I think that would be my choice.
that
But
would
let's
be
see what
mine as
JJ.
well.
Yeah, let's see what JJ will do.
So Zeus doesn't learn between one game and the other. So the fact that we see here these two science cards.
He doesn't know that JJ is a very strong science player.
Yes, exactly. We'll push on science.
But it's the correct move here, in my opinion. With law out there, and there's a central card, so it's not risking anything. Okay, no, he goes for a wood, and I think Zeus will reply with a green card at this point. Maybe not. Could go for the stone as well. So again, I'm not so sure how to read the stats here. Okay, he does go for a green card, and now JJ will have to take another one, the other one, the wheel. I think that's an obligated move, in my opinion. Doesn't want to you don't want to let Zeus go with too many green cards, and he's got even one more replay wonder.
I would surely take the green card here.
I would
Yes.
surely take the green card here, yeah. But JJ is being cautious. He's thinking about it, which is a good thing. No rush. No, he goes for the stone. Interesting. So Zeus will probably follow up with
the other one.
green, yeah, as expected. Now JJ will have to take probably the expensive clay to not reveal two covered cards, because if there's another green card, then he's in trouble. Oh, he discards the red one. That's an interesting choice. Not sure why, to be honest.
It's well known that the clay is the least important of the brown
Sure.
resources. I think that it was JJ thought about securing early the resources needed to build a great lighthouse.
Yeah,
so
that's
in
possible.
the other game he had the lighthouse but never built it because it was too expensive to him, right?
Yeah. Very interesting move from Zeus again, discarding the clay instead of building it. Not something you'd expect to see usually. It's not a standard move. And of course, JJ goes for the glass. That's quite an obvious move.
And probably Zeus, yeah, builds
The wood reserve, and here he'll go for the papyrus. Yeah, of course. So this is standard. Let's see if Zeus is still not interested in the clay. Definitely not. Discard it. Discard it again.
Doesn't want the clay.
Doesn't want the clay.
Oh, well,
Maybe this one. Maybe this one.
Ah,
he gets this one.
this one.
It's been offered 3 clays. Let's see if he'll take the last one. I think he'll take it this time. And yeah,
Yes, it should.
he's thinking about taking it, right? That's well, but it's very close actually. It's a very close call for him. Apparently, it doesn't make a big difference, but he ends up building it.
Of course,
JJ,
don't think
yeah.
so. We see what Zeus is thinking, but we shouldn't think that this is an absolute.
No, of course.
certainty. I mean,
Yeah.
this is just the estimate, and it's.
Oh, wow. JJ goes for a very early Great Library, and he finds theology. This is probably a game changer in the stats. Now he's got a very high chance of winning the civil game after this one. And it's a good move, of course. He had the coins, he had so he could afford it, and he can still go for the wood in the last draw. So
No,
yeah,
it was surely a good move.
good move.
Also, we don't know what other tokens he saw, but also if he didn't find theology, and getting strategy in the first age is also an extremely powerful move.
Absolutely,
so
yeah. JJ will probably take this one, I think.
Yeah.
I'd take it. Well, you could even discard it, huh?
He has
But
the
he's
money.
taking it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think this makes sense.
Okay, this is good for JJ.
Of course.
Zeus will discard this one for sure. And haha, this is an interesting one. Will he play the Perea? Oh well, he's got theology now, so I think I'd go for maybe the lighthouse even.
I think yes, I would do the lighthouse in this position. Yes.
Yeah.
Surely he has a much better economy, and just needs to prevent the opponent from getting the green cards.
See what he goes for. Even building it and letting Zeus start H2 is not that bad, probably.
Yes. Also, he may be, so to say, affected by the previous win with the scientific symbols, and he may think to repeat the same kind of victory.
At this point, I would push for civil
After this start, yes,
yeah.
He had a very solid start from the first stage. He has all the resources exactly. So now
he goes for the
economy is perfectly fixed, and he secures the start of the second age. This is.
And now he can start building some blues.
Exactly, he can go on the right side.
Yeah.
Zeus wonders are super expensive. Artemis, the Sphinx, you can't really count on his replays. Okay, this is a good one. You can take law. But it's still not very happy about his chances, of course.
No, this will the estimate will get updated now.
Still not very happy, right?
He's not very happy. Yes.
No. it's even lower than before. Probably it was higher. It would have been higher if we would have found another green card, like the quail or the other thing. Whatever it is.
the level. The level. Yeah, the quill is visible, right?
The quill
the
is
second.
on the top.
Oh, the quill is visible. Yeah, so no chance.
I think, yeah, he's going.
I think there's a case for going for Artemis here, hoping to find maybe the missing resources, like some of the rear resources or the stone.
Well,
or
he's
the
thinking,
green.
yeah, about using the mausoleum to fix
Oh,
the
for
resources.
yeah.
This is probably
Interesting. Okay.
Interesting move. Not something you see all the time.
Oh, the level. That's an important card.
Yeah, this is bad.
definitely.
So I think I would have played Artemis in his shoes, and it would have paid off. But yeah, just lucky.
Yeah, and now Zeus' happiness has dropped a lot.
Yes.
A lot. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because now Zeus cannot even discard the walls, because then JJ can build the double wonder, and no, actually even now he can build double wonder. So yeah, it's double wonder to get the quill. JJ can do that.
But maybe okay. He probably wants to. Okay. So yes. So this surely will. JJ will build the Piraeus and get the.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, he can also wait because Zeus doesn't have the coins.
Yeah. I could go for the blue if you wanted. Just get some points. I think it's almost over. I don't think Zeus can pull this one off. Really, something very weird must happen at this point.
Yes. Yeah, we're definitely getting close to the second victory by JJ. Maybe we can. Sorry, go ahead. Maybe we can mention the poll. I closed the poll before starting this game because we don't want to give too much time to people. So I think after this game, 54% of the people will be wrong.
Okay.
JJ could still win, 3-0 or 3-1, like 0% of the people said. Okay, so
like 0% of the people. No confidence on poor JJ.
Yes. Okay. I will give you the.
Yeah.
Right. Of course, he goes for mathematics, and Zeus's chances to win the game are slimmer and slimmer.
Yeah, because now he cannot win on science, right?
No,
he cannot win on science. So I think his best chance at this point is probably military, with some luck in H3. Yeah. But he needs the stone, I think. Well, you can live without the stone.
The clay is probably the most important for military cards in the third age, and yeah, still, yeah, it will need a lot of luck.
A lot of luck. Yeah, so he's thinking that, right? That his best chance is red.
Yep.
But still very slim.
The only thing that still keeps Zeus in the game is having 2 extra turns.
Yeah.
That,
Yes,
with a bit of luck, he could use very effectively.
Yeah.
So if no one uses any red or replay wonders, JJ will start in H3, and at that point he's gonna have priority on most of the cards. At this point, if I were Zeus, I would take the Caravansary 100%.
Oh, really? Not the archery range?
No,
Oh, I see. Interesting.
I'd go Caravansary. And I would try to lead my opponent into giving me priority
I see.
in H3, hoping for a mistake, let's say.
I see. I'm not sure Zeus is good at hoping for a mistake.
Maybe
no,
not.
surely not. No.
That's not how bots work, eh?
So yeah, Zeus did what I kind of expected. So I think we want to build the archery range since, as you said, JJ will start H3 anyway.
Anyway, that's right. He's got 28 coins, which is quite a lot. It's sufficient to build all the red cards that he needs in H3. But the real problem is that the statue of Zeus being still available for JJ, so that he can take priority again. Or no red cards. Well, just one red card visible. So
that's tough.
He's got to be very lucky at this point.
Yes.
And of course, the civil situation is one-sided. JJ's is like 30 points ahead, almost, something like that. With, of course, a much better economy, so there's no chance. Yeah.
Civil victory is out of question.
Yeah, out of question, indeed. Just as the science one. So he's got one chance. Yeah.
It's all about the luck with the red cards.
So what would you do if you were JJ now?
No.
I think I'd just start and I take the purple card. I don't see any risk, and even if there is a red card behind it, it's no big deal.
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. Because if JJ lets Zeus start, Zeus can build all his wonders.
And yeah,
which
and
might be
and keep priority. At that point, he would have a slim chance of winning.
Yes, very slim. Yes. Well, yeah, maybe too slim actually.
Still small, but yeah, at least he knows he's got priority on the red card on the one that's visible.
The Siege Workshop.
Yeah, and he can get 2 more reds in the one in the second last raw. So he can pull it off that way.
Let it, yes.
Okay,
so
not a move I would do.
Interesting.
So at this point, I think the best thing to do is really that. Play Artemis and then Sphinx and then the pyramids.
Yeah, I guess the problem is that you lose all the red cards, in the
You have to hope there's no red card. Okay, no, Zeus is not doing that.
Okay. And this is not a red card.
This is not a red card.
Now JJ will play the statue of Zeus.
On the left.
Yeah, on the left.
Yeah.
Maybe
no,
yes.
I don't think that Zeus has a good idea about the first player having priority on the last cards, for example.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe he doesn't.
Yeah.
Because I think that was a mistake from Zeus to not build his 3 wonders when he had the chance just now.
Yeah, you might very well be right, because yeah, now it's basically over.
Now it's over. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this sort of tactical reasoning about which cards belong or can be optioned by the first player is not something that gets easily into the neural network and the weights. And
not even in the human network. It took me about 2,500 games to get there.
So, but you see, maybe people would think that the computer would be very good, especially in that, because it does the computations more quickly. But it's not. It's not.
So, do you actually know that he doesn't know that?
It's very. I wouldn't go as much as to say that, but from what for the little that we tried to analyze what we think it's a bit some suboptimal play from Zeus, I would say that it was all in this direction.
Yeah. Yeah, that was also my. Yeah, go ahead.
It's very difficult to have an idea of what the neural network knows or does not know. It's a rather opaque kind of reasoning.
Yeah, so at this point, the game is over. I think he probably knows that as well. I don't know. So there's still a small green band there, but there's no possibility, right? So
yeah, I think that's also. Yeah. I think the desperation has come into play. Like civil victory is so unlikely that he still hopes that there is some new green symbol somewhere. You never know.
Never know.
Maybe they invented a new science symbol.
Maybe there's a bug. Yeah, I think it doesn't really matter at this point what JJ does.
No, exactly. Yes, I
it's
don't
more or
think
less equivalent.
Yeah.
No chance of losing.
Is it even possible? No, it's not even possible that he can lose militarily, right?
No. At this point, there's no chance. And the points as well. I mean, he's got like a 30, 35 points lead, something like that, including mathematics in the purple guild.
Yeah, it's really
even more than that.
So Zeus is using up the time that it has been allotted to it, but
just nah.
Not out of spite, let's say, just because it doesn't know.
Not being mean. Yeah, I take the points, but yeah, it's irrelevant, really.
It's right. Yes, the poem. Yes, it doesn't matter.
JJ surprisingly is lower than expected.
Yes, at this point, yes, JJ should just play.
Maybe he's also afraid about one extra science. Or a second low token.
Second low token. From another box.
Yeah, I think Zeus is coming close to realizing that the game is lost. We made it so that Zeus plays faster when he's quite sure the game is lost. Because the problem is that he's not completely sure yet.
Well, 98%, 99. So
Yes.
close, but
Yes, we're coming close. Okay, yeah, JJ is waving his hand.
this was quite strong, but not sufficient.
I think Zeus is going to build a couple of wonders. Well, at least
Yeah.
one. Just the last desperate.
See,
Okay, no, I think.
Okay.
he would have lost anyways if he had played all three wonders, because of the positions of the position of the reds. There was one that belonged to the second player, but there were some good cards that he probably could have snatched. I think that was a mistake. I don't think he would have won the game, but he could make it. This is, yeah.
Yeah, and we already have a JJ back.
Well done. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I did what I wanted to do.
Yes.
Little win. Yeah. So what do you think about this game?
Yeah, I was just curious on the end. I assume the AI just given up, right? Like when it picked up the economy and stuff. Okay, yeah, because I was like, I kind of saw like, okay, he could get architecture and maybe try and get Moneylenders Guild, even though it probably still wasn't enough. But I assumed he just gave up. I think I got really lucky in this game again. Like picking up the two like zero cost like wood and stone was really nice, and I figured like I had, and of course I got theology and could protect. Maybe I should have protected more against green in the beginning. I don't know if that was the misplay or not. But getting theology kind of just like sealed the deal. I think like I felt super comfortable going into H2, and it just kind of grew from there.
Zeus felt always behind from the start. He never really had a spot where he thought he could really win this game.
Yeah.
But he made some interesting choices in H1, discarding those clays, for example, that weren't so obvious. And but my question for you at this point is, why did you let him start H3?
Yeah, so I figured I had blue in the bag. Thinking on it more, it might not have mattered. So I was just trying to protect against red. He had enough money to use both his extra turn wonders and his. It would have completely bankrupted him, basically.
Yeah.
But he could have used all his wonders and gotten my last wonder out of there. So I figured, like, if he plays that first card and I pick up a red, that's really great. If I miss a red, I can just use my extra turn wonder to go for the other two. So I was just trying to like find the red cards, basically. Again, I think it wouldn't have mattered because like if I went first, I could have flipped a card. If it was the red one, he could pick it up and then I could use my extra turn to get the others. But I figured that might, well, because he could have burned everything on like one line.
Exactly, that's what we thought. Yeah.
And then he would have priority, but he would have done the same thing if I went first. I guess maybe I could have on my first play. I could have just used my wonder immediately. Maybe that was a better play. But yeah, I don't know. I was kind of I said that was probably the longest thing I think I had.
Yeah, it was an interesting move. Zeus didn't go for the triple wonder play, which was what I thought was probably the best play at that point. But of course, yeah, it would have bankrupted him. But I think that was his only chance to try to win.
Yeah.
With red. But
what was his red evaluation in the last?
Very slim.
Yeah, I figured that was right. Yeah, that's the only thing I could protect. I needed to protect against, and
of course, yeah.
I have a question. When you played the Great Library in the first age, what other tokens did you find other than theology?
I basically didn't look. I saw theology and took it, but I had strategy. I think I had strategy and then one other that was garbage.
Strategy
As soon as
was
I
the,
saw,
okay.
as soon as I saw theology, I was like, I need to take theology because I was so far ahead on resources. I had Statue of Zeus. I just needed to make sure he didn't win on green, so I thought theology was the.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. A strategy would have been an interesting pick, but nah, theology.
If I didn't have theology, that would have been the way to go. But theology just makes it so much easier.
Absolutely.
Sorry,
Right.
game. I got lucky again. So.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, you played very well, so you deserved the win. But yeah, you were helped by the setup, of course.
I think H1 by JJ was really very, very well played. The timing with that library was perfect. It's not always easy to find time to play it. I think he secured the tavern for himself by discarding a card that was no value instead of taking the bricks. Is it like to secure the tavern, and that gave you the money to build the library? So it was a perfect blend, and of course the fact that theology was really there helped. But really congrats for that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the first row is a little stressful because I wanted tavern, but the greens were making it so like it was really awkward. If I wanted the greens, I was giving up tavern. But then I saw, okay, I've got, the cheapest wood, I've got the cheapest stone, I've got Statue of Zeus. I think I can just like resource like play this and just kind of choke them out. And then if I get the theology on library, then I'm feeling really good about the green victory. So.
Very well played. I would have played it differently. I think I would have gone green earlier in your shoes, but yeah, this worked out.
The nice thing about going first is you have priority on like everything in H1. So like if other greens show up, I can just pick them up or discard them, and like which was what happened. I mean, I was able to get the pen, quill, and then so.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
So, shall we move to the third match, or should we stop for a break?
Yeah, maybe shall we take a 5 to 10 minute break? What do you think?
That sounds good to me. Yeah, I'd appreciate a break. Yeah.
Yeah. No, then yeah. Okay.
Right.
We'll be back.
See you guys in 5. All right,
yeah.
Sounds
good. we're back. We have JJ, who's winning by 2 games to 0. JJ, how is it?
It's going well. It's going well. Gotten lucky in the first 2 games, but hopefully I can get lucky in a third. But we've seen this story before, so I'm also a little nervous.
Right.
I wanted to say real quick before we start the third game. So last time I think Arrigo, when he played, he was on Board Game Arena. He was rated something like 640. He recently got over 700 elo in the base game, which is absolutely incredible. I don't think people really know how much it takes to get there. I actually did the math. Arrigo, I went through your past games. From getting from rating 600 to rating 700, his record was 115 wins and 16 losses, which is an 88% win rate, which is just, I mean, it's absolutely incredible. So I've never seen an elo that high. I've never seen someone break 700 on the base game, which usually you see people breaking it for the expansions because it's a more complex game. But yeah, I just wanted to call that out and congrats, Rigo. It's amazing.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
So, as we were talking about Arrigo, we should say that so far this has been a story we have already seen, and probably the authors of Zeus hopes it will be the same story until the very end. But to find out, we have to start the third match. So, JJ, please invite Zeus to another table, and we are ready to start.
All right, I'm starting the match and I'm dropping off this call. See you guys in a bit.
See you.
Yes. And okay, we are in, and we are using the replay functionality. So Zeus is the first player, and of course he has taken
Plus 60.
Plus 60, yeah.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but that's looks like good setup because only one double turn wonder in the first draft. That's always good for the first player.
Yeah, he's already confident being ahead in this game for good reason.
So maybe this time Zeus is going to have a bit of luck, which was missing in the previous games.
Still very good.
And now Zeus is going to take the Appian way for sure, and probably the Colossus. And it's his turn. He is slightly happy.
Yeah, that's interesting. I would say that's in my evaluation of the game. I would consider myself in Zeus' shoes even more
very
ahead.
happy.
Yeah. I would give myself a good 70% chance winning this game.
So in my experience, Zeus always shows percentages that are a bit less than what a human player would.
Yeah, but
would
plus
say.
50. It is plus 55. It's not 55. That's.
Is that right?
That's 70%. Looking at that more or less like.
Yeah, so plus 55 is
even more. 75. 7.
Oh no!
Yes,
now I see.
We have to
75 would be plus 50. So
yes, we have to think in a range going from -1 to 1, not just from 0 to 1. And also, as we have Arrigo here with us, I would like to hear a comment on the first move of Zeus that took a yellow card, and we all know that Arrigo is a vivid opponent of yellow cards. So what would you have what have you taken if you were Zeus?
That's a bit too much. I'm not like a hater of yellow cards,
but was you still going for the yellow one rather than the glassworks?
Yeah, I think the loses a bit of value because of the pyresis in the game, even if it's not of Zeus, but like leaving the glass to JJ is not that bad, and we see that JJ didn't even take it. And about clay versus stone, yeah,
Stone is superior. Yeah.
stone is superior, and especially if you have the lighthouse, you need stone to build it, not clay. And then lighthouse provides clay as well. So yeah, I think that's one of the reasons. And the fact that we have statue of Zeus in JJ's hand also makes, I guess, yellow resources a bit better overall.
Okay.
But still, I don't know. Was it an obvious choice? I didn't look at the stats. So.
Yeah,
Probably
the
not.
difference was not was probably very low, but in the end he took the yellow card. So in the meantime, players have taken a few more cards. Now it's the turn of JJ, who must choose whether to take the clay reserve and probably leave the 4 coins to Zeus, or wait a bit and reveal a card, which is a logging camp. Probably.
He's going for this famous shape that lets the second player get with this particular shape. You know for sure that the second player can get both cards on one side on the third row.
Yes, and doing this, it will be Zeus' turn to make the tough choice of whether picking the yellow card or probably discarding the altar. And he is now at this point, and he's thinking to build the clay reserve.
Yes, he needs clay.
When you discard the blue card, you get one more. So better to build the yellow first and then discard the blue, I think.
Yes, that's definitely a thing to consider. And Zeus builds the clay reserve, goes to 0 money, and he's probably now gaining 4 coins, discarding the altar.
It's interesting that he thinks it's almost the same in his view.
He was not so convinced that discarding was the absolute best.
No.
But anyway, he did it.
Same story here, but here it's more debatable also for a human, let's say.
Of course. Zeus doesn't have a lot of money, but 3 points are still 3 points, and we will see in a moment.
I also think the buffs is the blue card of the first stage that Zeus prefers. I think because of the concatenation to a very difficult card to build in the second age, which is the freestone blue card.
The aqueduct.
And now JJ is probably building the brown card. He only has 1 extra turn, and he will save it for later in the game when it can be more meaningful. Or maybe not. Maybe he's going to do the exact opposite. Anyway, he's thinking about...
Build it. He'll build it.
Can I ask you a question? So now Zeus is ahead. How much variability do you think there is in the current situation due to the green cards? So if you were Zeus, would you be, calm? Would you be, worried? Yeah.
Who are you
what do you
asking
think?
the question to?
Yeah,
The
near scopes.
Lorenzo, Scops, and Arrigo.
All of us.
Yes.
In this case, if I am the player, not Zeus, at this point I am putting the scientific victory for both players on a second level. I mean, in my consideration, it wouldn't appear as something I'm considering, and sometimes this is not the best choice, but to simplify my reasoning, it is something I usually do, but I can't talk for my colleagues.
Mhm. But it's difficult to say. I think
Oh wow!
in that spot.
For Wood,
Yeah,
that
this is
Also
strong. This is strong.
Okay,
This
for
is
votes for Zeus means that JJ has to pay a whopping 6 coins for each wood he needs, and now Zeus is thinking about building the temple.
anyway, about the previous question, yeah, I think winning science without law it's possible, but it's quite hard. And with all those extra turns that we still have, probably there's also theology that will be taken at some point.
Mhm.
It's easier to defend for any of the two players.
Mhm. And yeah, it looks like JJ has decided what he wants to do in this game.
Nice.
So,
That's
correctly.
he won one with science, one with points. Does he also want a military victory now?
He is looking for one victory of each type, and
It's his
however,
best chance because the civil game is going to be very hard for him given the situation with the wood, and military instead is looking a little bit brighter, but still hard.
yes. Anyway, even if JJ is halfway on the military track, Zeus is still quite convinced to be in a good place. He's thinking that he will most surely win with a civil victory. But
Yeah, he's got the
we will
Colossus to
never know.
defend.
Yeah,
So
and also
Yeah.
one extra turn.
and
I don't know.
yeah, the JJ in principle could get theology, but the level green card is crazily expensive for him. So if the quill doesn't come out, then Zeus should have access to the mortar to get theology itself.
Yeah.
And then it's
If
over.
I'm
Then
The game is over at that point.
if I'm not mistaken, the level is 12 coins for JJ at the moment.
it is, yeah.
That's right.
Could discard and build it with mausoleum, but that's really, yeah, nuts.
Oh, interesting.
A bit too long.
And
No.
now Zeus has gained access also to the drawing room, which is probably not the only thing he was missing, but the most important thing he was looking for.
Yeah, now JJ can build the caravans. Ah, no. Yeah.
No,
7 coins,
cost
right?
an 8. Yeah.
Ah, now 8 because of the drawing room.
Missing one coin. Yeah.
I forgot to update my
Yes.
my estimate. Okay. Yeah.
And with the Piraeus at 12, it's really hard. Everything.
Oh, but
Well, of course, he's got to do that.
more red cards. Okay. So what's
I
the final red card that that is still missing?
it's
The
Yeah, because
archers.
wood and papyrus, I think so.
So
Papyrus.
nine coins. The archery range. Yeah.
The archery range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
it's there. So
That's a
now
discard.
Zeus has to be very.
There's also the mausoleum, right? So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. Sorry.
JJ can discard the archery range.
Then he'll get the customs house, which is a useful card, but yeah, well, not really at this point, because he'll have to give up on theology. I'm afraid it's over.
I don't know. I would be quite worried.
Yeah. Probably Zeus is over happy. Sorry for the English. It during the third
Overconfident.
overconfident. Yes, thank you.
No, but
Because,
Zeus is going to get theology, so
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
That's
he's
true.
got the Colossus, and
without
Yeah, I forgot about
Okay,
theology.
yeah.
Yes.
and also
That's right.
he's not going to be able. I mean, JJ is not going to be able to build some of the red cards in H3. For example, the one that costs 3 wood is. It's, I don't know how much would that cost. Like
No, but he can build the mausoleum
20.
to get the archery range, and then the siege
Okay.
workshop is free.
Oh, because that one's been discarded. Okay. Just went for a discard there. It's an interesting move. I think I would have built it just for safety. Not sure why he decided to discard it. It was just 1 coin.
no, but JJ discarded the red card.
Oh, of course, it was JJ's turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Actually, now Zeus is discarding the laboratory. I was thinking about it, and this would allow JJ to build the mausoleum and get theology, which maybe he doesn't want to do. What do you think? Would you consider it? Ah, no, okay, he doesn't consider it. Sorry.
He's considering strategy instead of theology.
Huh.
But
Yes.
it's very similar. I would go for theology. There shouldn't be any.
Yeah, I agree.
Anything strange happening in that case.
Because the problem is if your opponent gets red cards, right? And then in that case, strategies does not save it.
Yeah. It's enough.
The problem
to get...
is not to reveal the red card with 3 shields after the first move. Okay, but it's visible.
Okay.
They're
Yeah,
visible,
no
so
problem.
everything.
Okay, but he can go on the right, and we have a guild on the second row, right?
Yeah, but plus the 2 3 shield cards are both visible up there.
Oh
so
yes, yeah.
I think
Ignore
everything is completely under control.
Yeah. Game is over.
There is still some tactics to figure out, right? Because JJ has the Pyrrhus. So I guess we will see the tactical skills of Zeus at play here.
But with three replays, I mean, even if you don't really think about it and just play randomly and go for some of the reds, you should be fine. Especially given one of the replays is a Colossus, then that's 4 shields you can take in one go.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
But Zeus doesn't know anything about what Scops has just said.
Yes.
That's the funny thing when you look at the neural network thinking about something. It's extremely easy for humans.
Yeah, actually, maybe I can reveal something about Zeus. Zeus actually does not know that the Colossus has 2 shields on it. We didn't provide this information. This, in general, all this is true for all the cards and wonders. They just have, say, a number, and then what they do had to be figured out through
Okay.
self-play, which is maybe not not optimal, but
And he's not figured that out. The
oh no, okay. I guess as Francesco was saying earlier, we don't
you
exactly
don't really know what he thinks.
what was figured out.
Hmm.
So neural networks tend to be not super good at arithmetics. So like summing up 4 + 2 shields is not a super obvious thing to do for a neural network.
How weird.
Yeah. For example, I think that ChatGPT wasn't able to do easy computation until a few months ago.
Mhm.
Just to make a comparison that everyone should be
Mhm.
aware of.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And still now, I think that now ChatGPT recognizes computations and then pass them to Wolfram Alpha, because the two industry have a partnership,
Oh, I
and
see.
the math is carried out by an external algorithm.
I think it also writes Python code and executes it. And actually, yeah, I mean, I know it is true.
It
Oh
does,
yeah,
yeah.
I was talking about the state of ChatGPT a few months ago.
Oh, okay, I see.
It may have changed a lot.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I took over, but even if it was not my place to comment, but yeah, I guess.
Much to say.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
10 points is one of the lowest scores I've ever seen in this game at the end of the game.
Hey, welcome back, JJ.
I probably should have got that wood reserve. That really hurt. I didn't know what to do there.
Nah, well.
I don't know what you guys thought on that.
When did you lost hope? During the second age?
When did I lose hope?
Yeah.
When the wood reserve was the top card of the second age.
Okay.
The very first move of H2.
It must have been over. Yeah, it must have been over. I don't know what the computer thought if it thought I misplayed that, because it would have known all the information at that point. Was I supposed to go get the wood reserve there?
The percentages stayed pretty high during, let's say, it was halfway to the top for the first age, and then it jumped even higher.
I don't think you could.
Stayed there for the second and third age.
How about when there were 3 cards left in age 1? I'm wondering if I made a misplay by not getting wood reserve, or if it was just like I was playing the risky. I went for the risky approach.
We can see that. We can only see when it's Zeus' turn what he thinks, but I don't think that would have been a good move to just use your only replay and lose priority in H2. I would have never played that way.
I felt pretty behind. I thought a lot on that one, but I felt behind. I felt like the way I win is I somehow find wood reserve and then or caravansary, and then I get theology, and that's like how I could win. Besides that, I kind of I got a little stumped in age 1. Seeing both the woods in the back, and then when I flipped the wood for him, it was like that felt really bad.
It was over. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you played well in trying the red strategy. It was very far-fetched, a bit of a long shot, but it was your only chance, and you went for it. So that was
I got all the red cards in age 2.
You got all
that, but then I knew as soon as I went in age 3, he's like, okay, he has theology, he has Colossus. Like how
it's over.
I'm pretty sure it's like there's no way I can win that, right? Like, I had no money. I mean,
I have a
it
question.
felt pretty bad. Yeah.
Towards the end of age 2, when Zeus discarded the laboratory, which I found it a bit strange, You could have built the mausoleum. You could have built the mausoleum to get the laboratory and possibly either theology or strategy. But you immediately, just while we were thinking about whether this would happen, you very quickly did another move. Did you consider this? This was, or was this obviously something?
Oh, when he discarded it? Honestly, I missed that. I'm gonna be honest. I like that should be something I don't miss, but I missed it. I was like just like I'm in red zone. I'm like thinking of nothing else. Like he's gonna get theology, whatever. It would have cost me what? It was like 8 or it was a lot. Maybe
Quite
9.
a lot, yes, quite a lot. But you had the money to build the mausoleum in that moment. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that probably would have been better. I mean, it's probably technically a better play. Guessing. I mean, he still has Colossus. He still has 1 extra turn wonder, and everything for me is still super expensive. Like, I'd probably still lose the same way. But yeah, you're right. I mean, I missed that. That's like my one thing that I miss sometimes.
No, I'm not sure. I mean,
when there's
we don't know. I mean, it's
yeah, but I think it wouldn't have mattered. I think I was kind of screwed either way.
I missed it too. I wouldn't have considered it at that point.
Yeah.
But it was probably a good move.
I think I was the one bringing it up, but I'm not convinced it was.
Maybe giving you a
was a good
slight
Did you
chance.
get?
Yeah.
The thing is, like, in my mind, I was thinking Mausoleum's a red card, right? Because like I'm like I can
Yes.
build it and
Same,
get 2 reds,
same.
and so I like in my mind I just like didn't even consider like
I had
picking up a
Yeah.
green to get something.
the very same mindset at that point. I didn't consider going
Yeah.
for a pair there.
Yeah, and the only way I think the only way it could have worked is I get strategy or something. He plays Colossus on the first turn, and then like I get one of the 3 reds, but they would have been way too expensive anyways.
Yeah.
It's like that game felt bad. It's a tough one.
So I pass the lead to Francesco for the next match.
All right. Am I good to rematch here?
Yes.
Yeah. Whenever you're ready.
I am starting the game. And I'll see
Okay.
you guys in a bit.
Good luck.
okay. So let's see. Start. Okay, and we see 3 extra turn wonders this time, which is a setup which favors the second player this time.
That's bad news for JJ.
Yeah, Zeus here will surely take the 2 extra turn wonders. So at least, I mean, it's 3 versus 2, so
Not too bad.
not too bad, because also JJ was the first player. So.
I think I would consider myself in JJ's shoes still ahead in this position, given there's no law and there's theology out there. I would rather start and have 1 less replay rather than be second. But let's see what Zeus thinks.
Yeah, with so many extra turn wonders, theology is maybe less important. The other important tokens are out, but there is no library. So yeah, Zeus thinks to be slight. I know we still haven't seen him.
I think he's behind. Yeah.
Slightly behind.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Well, what is it? 40%.
This is still from before the pick, from before seeing the cards.
Yeah. Which is where I would, that's what I would have guessed, more or less. I still prefer the first player position here.
Okay, so exactly. So there's no law, so the green cards are not as important as they were in the first games.
Theology is still a good token for JJ. I mean, it's not a game changer, as in some other situations, but it's still a good token that I would happily take if I had the chance to.
Mhm. Yeah, so now JJ has 2 green cards that he can pick from.
He will pick one, I guess.
Mhm.
Probably the pharmacist.
Yeah, I guess the pharmacist then gives Zeus access to the scriptorium, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, actually,
Okay.
JJ doesn't even get the pharmacist. And Zeus is thinking about discarding now. So
Hard then.
the
That's interesting.
the green cards are not really a
This
priority.
time,
for him.
not a priority. But again, scientific victory is less likely. As we said, the theology is a good talk. It's still a good token for JJ. It's not really a good token for Zeus. So.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, Zeus is lucky that a red card was revealed
Yep.
here. So yeah, I guess.
Yeah, and his chances of winning have
Oh,
improved considerably as expected.
look at this! Look at this! Something interesting
Oh, he
is
wants
going
to
to happen.
play. He wants to play Piraeus just here.
Yes.
Well, just to fix the being
fix
the second
the-
player.
The glitch of being second player.
Yes.
It's
Interesting.
interesting, especially because I mean, in theory, it's a good move probably to play a replay here. But spending 7 coins, well, he got lucky that there's something he could play.
At least one card, yes, that he can play. Yes.
Mhm. Well, he will not be able to afford the wood below it,
No.
below the glass, which is a pity. Yeah, in fact, he's not super
He might
happy now.
discard it to get the wood because he already has the clay, so he might decide to.
I think
discard.
he wanted tavern or maybe the other wood, the cheap wood.
He's considering discarding the glass, which is a bit weird. I don't think I'd do that, but he does.
Yeah.
Because this way he loses the wood.
He loses the wood. Yes. Well, he wanted to deny the opponent the glass, which is an important card, but still. This was. I'm not sure this was the right moment for this replay to play the Piraeus.
Now he's back behind considerably. His chances had gone up after that red card had been revealed, but now he's back to what, less than 35% chance winning. So he's probably regretting his move.
And here JJ should just discard the buff and get the wood.
Yeah, so also in the chat we have a few questions. So JJ picked the statue of Zeus instead of the Great Lighthouse. Yeah, I think we more or less agree that it is a better wonder, even if the Great Lighthouse does counter the statue of Zeus a little bit. So JJ is taking.
Hard in this moment, yes.
So what would you do? Just discard the bots?
I would discard the buff, yes.
Or build the bots?
I would build it.
Or build it because he has the money, yes. But...
Very delicate fourth game, because Zeus needs to win this one. So now he is kind of first player. So he spent.
Well, he's got priority, let's say.
Yes.
Yes, he spent a bunch of coins to become first player. He has, the Piraeus gives, production of a manufactured good, which is nice. He has the Great Lighthouse, so he can have a decent production, regardless of what happens. Even though building the Great Lighthouse will make it a bit trickier to use his remaining extra turn wonders, right? Because then he's at risk of his opponent building all 4 wonders.
In H1.
In no, in H1, okay.
Okay, Monopoly of clay.
Of clay, yes. Not the most important monopoly of the game, I would say.
But still relevant.
Still.
I'm not sure, because if it builds the clay pit, gets to only 2 coins.
I still got the Monopoly anyways, even discarded. In fact, he goes for a discard.
Yeah, I would have built it, sure.
You would have built it. No, I don't think so. I don't think I would have built, because now, I think you want the coins to build.
But you see, three coins is an important amount if there are still the markets available, but there aren't.
Yeah, that's true. So now Zeus needs to be a bit careful with the green cards.
Just a tiny little bit. Doesn't seem to be a risk at this point, really.
He's thinking about the Great Lighthouse, actually. I think this is his first choice right now. No, okay. No, not anymore.
It's a bit extreme lighthouse in this spot, I think.
Yeah, it's very expensive. That's the only thing that I don't like about it. But otherwise, I'm a big fan of building the Great Lighthouse in H1, because it makes it a good wonder.
The earlier you build it, the earlier it pays off. So.
Okay, so a very wonder aggressive start for Zeus.
But these are 2 wonders that fix your economy, so it's.
And
Zeus will also get, I suppose, one of the
that's the
2
thing.
top cards.
That's why I don't think I would have built the lighthouse, because I know I could count on at least one of those 2.
But then you postpone it to the second age, and you don't know when you will have time to build it.
True.
Like sometimes it happens to me that I never manage to have a good time, to find a good time to build the Great Lighthouse.
So considering that JJ has the statue of Zeus, I think here I would have built
the wood reserve.
The wood reserve.
Agreed. I would have gone for the yellow as well in that spot.
Yeah, that's a good point. And here, I mean, Zeus can deny the second mortar.
Well, surely will, yes.
Yes, but still he's not super happy.
Not so,
Actually,
no.
He's not happy at all.
No. Because he knows that now JJ can get the glass, probably, which is bad news for him.
Yep.
Decided to build it.
Interesting. Not sure why it was useful to build it.
Yeah, I would have discarded it.
Yep. You could still win with science, but you need a lot of creativity.
Well, especially considering that the other 3 are one next to the other.
Yes.
So 2 of them, you can't take them all.
Yes. So very tough game ahead for
So
Zeus,
yes,
I
this is
think.
going to be a game played on the economy, and it still seems undecided here. So
It's balanced.
yeah, balanced. Of course, JJ still has all his wonders to build, but
Yeah, I mean, JJ could also go for the military still, right? He has four
Yes.
nice wonders for a military victory.
And more replays.
Mhm.
But he's missing clay.
Yeah, that is true.
So I think I just built the glass here without
Mhm.
even thinking much, honestly.
Mhm.
I'm not sure what he's thinking. Maybe
Mhm.
he's thinking about going for Artemis for the clay, perhaps,
could
because
be,
he's
yes.
worried that Zeus would go Appian Way and clay, and
Mm.
which is actually a strong move. So probably it is a good thing that he's thinking carefully in this spot where I would have played a bit, yeah,
Do you think
too
it's a?
hasty.
I don't think I would use the if I were Zeus. I don't think I would build the Appian Way for the double clay.
The statue of Zeus is a good counter to this. So I would consider it, but I don't think it's a good move, because even if you play your last replay wonder, build the clay, and then what? Then JJ, whenever he can, builds the statue of Zeus and destroys it.
But then the point is that JJ's economy will always be very weak. It's true
Mhm.
that his clay are not going to cost so much, only 3 probably. But well, the first one for the statue of Zeus is going to be very expensive, and then all the others, all the following ones are still going to be quite expensive, still 3. And
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I think it's a strong move.
It would probably close the option of a military victory for JJ, but I don't think it would be such a bad thing for a civil victory.
I don't think he would even close the military victory.
Not completely, but
Because at that point, if you're JJ, you're the only one with extra turns. Even if you just discard.
you need to find the
Desperate.
caravanserai, though. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, the caravanserai will be very useful for either player.
Yeah, very.
Mhm.
So he's really thinking a lot here.
Mhm. Yeah, I guess if you build the glassblower, you reveal 2 cards, and there's the caravanserai, there's the forum, there's the red cards. Oh, and the double wood, right? The double wood would be useful for Zeus.
Well, not that much. He's got the lighthouse already. Yeah. There you go. He goes for.
He's doing
Okay. Okay. So you were right in this
Well,
prediction.
I don't know if I was right, but yeah, that's the thing he was considering. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He was worried, at least.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. So Zeus has an evaluation around 0. Yes. With the archery range that is probably going to be built, because I think, yeah, Zeus pretty much likes the double shield red cards of H2.
It's not surprising.
Uh-huh.
They're very strong.
They are very good cards, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so they will get 1 gray card each. JJ has a reasonable economy at this point.
No, he
not
fixed
bad.
it with this move.
Not bad economy.
I think it was a good call to play Artemis there.
Oh, Zeus is thinking about the Appian Way. Zeus, yeah, sometimes he has this.
He's always very aggressive with his wonders, I think.
Yes, he is very aggressive. I don't know.
What does he want to find?
Wood. Well, I guess the cards that we mentioned earlier. Wood,
but is
forum.
it that relevant? Wood? I mean.
Caravanserai also.
Caravanserai, yes, sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
goes for it. Let's see.
Huh, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
this is a strong one.
Yeah, but he's not happy. Zeus
Still not
is
happy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Caravansary or double wood, I suppose.
It's probably what he was hoping for, but I think
Mhm.
this is not too bad. Now well, I mean, now he's against a replay, the Sphinx, and
Yes.
2 military wonders. Well, 1 technically, can't build them all.
Right, that is also true. But I guess the Circus Maximus is completely useless at this point.
Yeah.
There are no more gray cards. Yeah, Zeus keeps thinking that he's a bit behind. Starts building the blue cards to put some pressure on the civil side. So I suppose, military is a bit secured now for Zeus. Science, as you were mentioning, is
Pretty much impossible.
it's pretty much impossible. So it's going to be decided probably on points, because I don't see JJ losing on military with the wonders that he has.
Nah.
And
It's crucial now if the Caravansary comes out and who gets it, because after these 2 stones for JJ, if he plays the statue of Zeus, destroys the last stone from.
Oh, but look at the evaluation.
It's close,
the evaluation jumped up for no very obvious reason, I would say.
He's thinking that the point lead that it has is enough to win, basically.
Yeah.
Because the point lead is very large right now. So basically, is considering that this point lead is too much and it should be safe.
Yeah. He's in the past few moves, there was a pretty big change.
Yeah. Also with the red. Now that he found
also
the third
with the
red one.
Yes.
The chance of winning red jumped from what was it, 10% or something to.
And this forces this forces a reveal of the Caravansary. Oh wait, Zeus is not going to build the Caravansary.
What's the point?
He doesn't consider it as a crucial card.
Are we already there? Is it already?
But, to be honest, I agree. I mean,
You agree?
economies are good on both sides at this point.
No, but Zeus does not have
Zeus
a good
does
economy.
not. The one of Zeus is not good.
But Caravansary is not helping that much. He needs. That's not so much. I mean, 4 points is probably more than what he gets out of Caravansary. And he would have gone also at 0 coins.
Probably considering that 23-point lead is safe.
It's safe.
Also, if I may, the Caravansary doesn't help JJ very much because he already reduced
not JJ.
nearly everything he needs.
Zeus' economy is not that bad, and he's got some chains to get some free cards, a couple in H3. So he's got the Lighthouse and Perios, and it should be fine.
Wow, so big shift in the past few moves. From -0.2 to +0.8 of evaluation.
Yes, on some moves that did not seem especially crucial.
Yep.
So I wonder what changed, because the economy has not changed particularly just now in the last few moves.
Yeah.
I wonder what is making Zeus so much more confident than before.
I think it was just this. It was the shift from a large lead into an unrecoverable lead, or at least something around that.
Or probably it's due to flipping some covered cards, and by doing this, Zeus realized that the card he was fearing the most are actually outside of the age. I mean, are not in the game.
Mhm.
Can it be?
Could be.
Maybe, yeah. So
Can
I
I
was
chime in with a commentary?
yeah.
Sure, please.
So yeah, of course, I think the red reveal was lucky for Zeus, but blue cards are crucial for victory points in H2. I think it is true that every blue card actually counts the double, because if you miss a blue card that is worth 5 points, is -5 for you and +5 for your opponent. 10 points is a lot. Resources are rarely, only if you're really like missing that resource completely, it's worth taking a resource at that stage of the game, I think. Otherwise, a resource is not that valuable. It's not 10 points, especially if the other player doesn't need it. So
yeah, absolutely,
I
agree.
I understand that the JJ not taking those 5 points was probably a mistake, and then the red card also helped a lot, of course.
And then Zeus not taking Caravan was instead a good call.
Yeah, I would have made the same, I think.
But
yeah.
me too, actually. That one for me was quite clear in that position that I should have pushed points instead of resources, because it's good enough. It's not a great economy, but good enough to. And with the lead that he's got, he can definitely pull it off.
Also, those blue cards have concatenation, and that often helps a bit with getting more points in H3. Okay, sorry, I'll mute myself.
No worries.
Again.
Feel free to step in.
I think at this point it's rather safe.
But do you think the game is over?
I would say so. It's a large
You would
lead.
say so.
20 points lead. He still has the Sphinx, so he's playing one extra card, and the Sphinx is many points. And now with this
Moneylender Guild,
the Moneylender Guild, that's a lot of points. It's probably not going to be that far in points, maybe, but it's not going to make it. I would estimate 15 points difference at the end, something like that.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I was expecting cards to be more expensive for Zeus, but it's not really, because I mean, look at the economy of Zeus. It is quite bad, right?
Yes.
I know the.
It's not that bad with those two wonders and
yeah, okay.
one brown. Not not a lot. But it's sufficient.
Yeah, okay. I guess it is sufficient.
It's sufficient, yes. Sufficient, definitely, yes.
And now this 7-pointer is good for Zeus. Yeah. Okay. Looks like we will be in for another 5-game match.
Okay, and Zeus will go with the yellow card. I think at this point is a bit. It does not matter anymore at this point.
No, of course it's over. I think my estimate of 15.
We got to the point where Zeus realized it, and the valuation switched to +1.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think he's going to win by more than 15 points eventually.
Or at this point, it does not really matter. So it's not at this when Zeus realizes that he's going to win whatever he plays, he's not trying to maximize the points. So
yeah.
So.
Okay, you see the Sphinx, I suppose, here, but yeah, not the best use of the Sphinx in a game.
It's points.
It's points.
Maybe it's not. I think I was close.
It is 14 points.
14.
So, yeah.
How about that?
Excellent, excellent. Yes, yes,
Yes,
excellent.
very nice prediction.
How about that?
Okay, and JJ is back with us. Hey JJ.
Hey.
Wow.
Interesting game.
Interesting game indeed. Maybe the most interesting so far?
Possibly.
I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe.
I think
That
so.
H2, like beginning of H2, like I don't know if that was what you guys thought, but like that decision was really hard on where
I
left
liked
or
your
right.
move. I liked your move of playing Artemis there for the clay. I think it was a good one. And Zeus thought so too. I think your chances of winning went high.
Yeah. The
Yep.
only reason I thought about left is because I was debating whether like can I go for a red win. And so if I go left, I get priority on the clay, right? So he might want to spin for it. I don't know. Yeah, so that's why I was stuck there. I was like, maybe if I go left, and I was like, maybe I can go like left for one turn if there's a red. I can go the other way and get the clay, and I was just stuck on it. I figured I might have a decent chance on points. Clearly, no.
Were you worried?
Thought,
Were you worried that if you had not played like you did, Zeus could have gone with his replay and deny you the clay?
well, if he goes, so that's what I was thinking. So if he goes to the replay, gets the clay, now he's out of extra turns, and I have 2 extra turns, and maybe I can just like scrape together a red win was like my thinking. And so I was trying to debate like, if I get the clay, am I gonna have enough juice to get there and win on blue? Clearly I wasn't even. I don't know. Clearly I wasn't even close. Like I knew I was like 20 points back going into H3. I did think I had a chance, but there were a couple blues that just broke for him, and yeah, I mean, even if he doesn't get those blues, he still wins. But yeah, I thought the computer did a really good job.
Interestingly enough, for the first half of H2, Zeus thought that the game was very balanced, like 50-50. But then suddenly there was a shift when you did not pick the 5 blue points mid H2.
I'm trying to think.
And
back on.
yeah,
What happened?
which I think I would have done the
Was
same.
that the one where it was it Customs House and the 5-pointer? Is that what it was?
Something like that. There was.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, it was the
I
Customs
kind of
House, I think.
House,
He also
yeah.
had Piraeus, so maybe it wasn't. Maybe that. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's a 10-point swing, obviously. Yeah. Thinking back on that, I was probably. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense because he had Piraeus at that point. He already has 1 gray, so like, is that big of a deal? And the 5 points. We're playing for blue at that point. Yeah, that was probably a blunder. I mean, it makes sense that
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Yeah,
Also, building that Customs House, you revealed the 2 shield red card, and that was of course unlucky for you. But
yeah,
at the end, those 2 things combined,
it mattered.
already,
yeah,
a lot,
yeah. I think a stronger player could have come through there. Yeah, the 5 makes a lot of sense now, and I should have gone for that.
I don't even think that Zeus would have replied by stealing you the Customs House, because not to reveal something probably.
Well, it would have been forced to either way, because there were only 2 cards left on the right side, if I remember right. I think that was the
No, but it was the card that you picked that was up left that probably Zeus would have. Maybe Zeus would have gone there and forced you to reveal. I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think. Yeah, now you guys bring it up. That seems like a blunder. I mean, given the game ended, I don't remember what the final score was. Maybe I lost by 10 or 15 points, but what's at the 10-point swing? Just taking that 5-pointer. So, yeah, makes sense.
Interesting game, anyway. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
So let me ask a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I go ahead? Yeah, okay. So what do you think about the very aggressive way that in which Zeus builds the wonders? I think in this game, 2 wonders were built in the first stage. And then the Appian Way was built quite
Yeah.
early in the second age.
The Appian Way surprised me a little more because it, like I just didn't see a reason to build it there. But maybe, I don't know. It'd be nice.
We didn't
It's
see
hard
it
to
either,
like
honestly.
look into its head and see what it's thinking. It's hard to like know, right, with these neural networks. But
We were like,
Yeah.
what
that was
what
a
is he
surprising
trying
fact.
to get
Yeah.
out of those two
And it might be
cards?
just wanting blue, and then because if he well, the thing is, if he doesn't use it, I probably have enough time to build all my wonders out before the end of age 2, and then I get to start age 3. So he's probably just like, he's going to do that, so I might as well just use my wonder at the most optimal time in age 2 and just try and get blue cards is probably what it was thinking.
Yeah, that's the optimal
makes
time if you want your opponent to reveal the most cards in age 2, I think.
Yeah.
What about that Paris in age 1 with 7 coins going at 0 coins?
Yeah,
that was
going to
hardcore.
0. I actually kind of expected him to use a wonder as early on as he could, and I think that makes sense. Like as soon as he did it, I was like, yeah, okay, I see that. And then I actually expected him to throw the glass blowers as well.
Oh, I see.
It's just then I don't have priority on the. Or wait, let me think.
He lost the wood that way.
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember. Yeah, maybe I don't. Because I replied, no, I can't remember the structure right now.
Yeah,
but I remember
you,
when I was watching.
You spent quite a long time to think about the next move, and
Well, I was also deciding if I want to reply back with my Artemis, right? Like if I want to get, if I want to start revealing stuff first, but I also didn't like, because at the end he would have gotten something. He would have gotten the stone or the wood reserve, or I would have had to use my last wonder to cover it up. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. And also, if I can get, I got to pick up one of the greens, which lets me have an access to theology, which might help. So that was kind of my thinking there. But yeah, I took a long time on that move, and then a long time in the H2 move.
Yeah, that's good. That's what time it's for.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Very crazy game. I mean, I'd love to. That's those blue games where like there's no green play and maybe some red, but mostly blue. Or those are the ones like I want to see that, like what it thinks of like my play and just like go through it because those are really interesting games. And I thought obviously it played well and it did enough to get it there in the end. So
you did play well. I think you did play well. The only questionable move is probably that one in H2.
Yeah.
So if I remember correctly, actually the analysis didn't like the move with Artemis for double brick because he was starting H2 with a slight advantage that it went to 0 and then became again a slight advantage after the Appian Way of Zeus. That I don't know, maybe. I thought Zeus was happy to find the 2 shield red card there, but apparently
he wasn't.
They were looking for something else, and that went down a bit again, and then
I mean that H2, like I almost like clicked it going left, like picking up glass blowers and just like clearing out the left side and forcing him to either give me clay for free or use his extra turn, and then I have red play, but. That was a really tough call. I didn't really know.
Anyway, those were smaller shifts than what happened later, and
mattered more.
Yeah. That's a weakness of mine. Is like, I should have just taken the points there. But thinking back, that was just a bad move, and that probably cost the game, or at least cost chances. Like if I pick that blue up, and I don't have him pick up like that 6 and the 7 in H3, then like maybe I can sneak it out. Yeah. Well, here we are again.
GG.
But anyway, I think that the 2 shield that was behind the customs was even more of a killer because if you only think about points, those 5 points, that 10-point win wouldn't even be enough. But that red really hurt, I think.
Yes. Yeah, it
forced you in some nasty spots in H3 also.
Yeah, it did. I wonder, actually, did I have a chance to go science at one point? I think I did. I actually was considering that, but then I was like, maybe I can still get blue, and I didn't go for it. But I would have had.
given
I
the
think I had to
position-
spend way too much money to do it, if I remember right. But there was like all those science cards were on the bottom.
Yeah,
Trying to
they
remember
were
what it was.
all close to each other. It was really hard to get them all.
Yeah, I don't think I could have, but
Yeah.
no, I would have had to use my extra turn wonder, and then I was also losing on red, so I was just kind of like, "Ah, let's just try for blue. Anyway,
Okay.
I'm okay going for the 5th game now, or we can take a break. It's up to you guys, but I'm okay playing.
Maybe let's take a short break
Okay.
still,
Yeah,
so
sure.
that
that's fine.
everyone can get refreshed for a little bit.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
see you soon.
Alright,
Stay with
see you
us.
guys in 5.
It's going to be exciting. We are back live. We are about to see game 5 again. This happened in the match against Arrigo against ZeusAI, and now again for JJ against ZeusAI. So I will give the word to Arrigo because he's going to lead the commentary of the final game. But if anyone else wants to say something, of course, they're welcome to
Yeah,
do
I think
so.
as it's the final game, it's good to leave everybody the chance to do some comment if they think it's relevant anyway. So let me see. I don't want to miss the start again. Have I missed it already?
I'll start it, and I'll just wait
Okay.
until y'all are ready. And sorry, I've been like starting, leaving the stream, and just playing, so I'll wait. Here
Okay,
it goes.
okay.
One should be up.
Okay.
Okay,
Let me
good
know when
luck.
you guys see it.
Good luck.
Good luck.
All right,
Good luck.
thank you. This looks like a good start. Okay, see you guys.
See you. Yeah, this looks like a good
Okay.
start for JJ.
For the first player, yes.
Yeah, look at the stats. That's a bit like what was it? Game 3 that had a similar unbalanced start.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's interesting. What wonders?
Right.
I'm quite sure about Zeus.
I would have taken the Mausoleum rather than the Colossus.
Yeah, I'm not so surprised because there's no law, so Mausoleum is a bit less important. Colossus is a bit more like you know what it does, and it's maybe war military is one of the things that Zeus can do in this game, starting from a bad setup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, still the Mausoleum is flexible, can be used both for war and civil victory. There is still strategy out if war plays a role, but it's more expensive. This is the way I never know how to evaluate it because of the high cost.
Mm-hmm.
So here, I
So
think
now
the
let's
main issue will be whether after 5 games JJ is tired. This is, I think, a rather important element here.
Oh, the lighthouse. Wow. I don't know. I would feel a bit unsafe leaving Zeus with all those military cards, but yeah, I mean maybe with the spins, with the double turns,
Mm-hmm.
and first player advantage. Yeah, the stats are still extremely on JJ's side. How would you start here?
With press, I think.
Yeah, that's always a good call for the lighthouse, for the green card that cuts press.
But not
Mhm.
against the circus. I don't think it's the best.
No.
Hmm.
Still, you want to build the lighthouse as soon as possible.
That's true. That's true. But you've got the Paris. I think I'd take the brown stone
Mm-hmm.
or the
Yeah,
wood reserve.
I think a good plan for H1 would be to build the Pyrrhus anyway at the end as a last move. So in that case, you need, let's say, brown resources that can also come from yellow cards like this. But brown card, I like it, yes. Not many players would take it, but I support the choice of just brown brick. I'm not so afraid of Statue of Zeus anyway because of the lighthouse.
Wood
Having
reserve is a good start.
And now, oh, okay. I think
sorry,
here.
I was going to ask if having all the 3 military wonders from the beginning, and also looking at the strategy token, would you commit to a military victory since the beginning? or would you wait for this to look at the cards in the second age?
I wouldn't commit, but I would
It's too
keep
early
that
to commit.
option. I would keep that option very open, let's say.
Okay, because I was recalling that not years, but many months ago, we were playing against Zeus for development purposes, and it happened that once Zeus won by building all the 4 military cards in the first age,
Yeah.
and then took the remaining shields in the second one. So
Yeah,
am I right,
yeah.
Jova?
Yeah, I think so.
It did happen.
Yeah. Yeah, so do
So-
you think something crazy like that will happen? Because I think this is more or less the situation where
Yeah.
one might want to do it.
Somehow Zeus at that time chose to commit to a military victory
Mhm.
since the first moves.
Interesting.
But I think that sometimes this very early military push can also be converted into a point victory anyway. So now we will see. Does it take the red card?
Huh.
Yeah,
He
thinking about it.
thinking about it.
It's raising.
Zero money, 0 coins.
Thinking about it.
The problem is that the other one that is visible costs wood, and
Yeah,
so it will cost 3. That's a lot. That's really
yeah. Yeah.
this
Okay,
is another
now,
option. Discard them and take more time to think about it.
yeah. Now the wood situation is pretty bad for those.
It's getting bad. The wood, yes.
So now, well, yeah, but yeah, I don't think this is going to end well. Now the wood is so bad.
Something strange has to happen.
Yeah, also, I mean, yeah, as you mentioned, the other red card would cost 4 coins now, which is...
Yeah.
No, okay, yeah. I don't think Zeus will also build the other red card.
I think it will.
Yes?
I would
No.
build.
For
Ah,
4
yeah,
In that
coins.
case, it would have been better to go there before revealing wood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
One cheaper.
Been better
Yeah,
to do it
but-
early.
He did build it.
Yeah, but it's a disaster.
Yeah, it's
The economy.
But Zeus doesn't start age 2. We know this already.
yeah. Yeah, at this point, I think JJ can also just not build the Pyrrhus at the end of first stage. Yeah, it's...
True, that would be kind of a waste because it doesn't gain the. He has the priority anyway.
Mhm.
It's good for the resource, but anyway, now he takes glass, so
Mhm.
a bit less important to have
Mhm.
Pyrrhus.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess this
Yeah.
was not the kind of game 5 that we were hoping for.
No. This looks like a defeat. For
Yep.
Zeus.
He's not thinking of building that one, which is strange. The red one, I mean. At this point, he could go all in and try.
No,
He's
but
not really
I'm...
thinking about it.
No, I think... No, I think it would be too much to build
It's
like...
a bit hardcore.
To go all in, you still need money in H2.
Yes.
But let's see if after this discard, now with 12 coins, let's see if
Mhm.
it's more confident. Yeah, I would discard the green card. Let's see. No, hey boys.
Building it.
Okay, builds the green card. Yeah, I guess JJ can still benefit from the green cards.
It was for free after all.
Mhm. Yeah.
He's probably counting on the 4 coins. What's it called? The tower.
The power, yeah.
So now one option apparently is Zeus statue, the statue of Zeus. That feels a bit early. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think this is also not the best reveal for Zeus. If instead of the altar there was a more useful card, then it would have been better.
also the red card would have been better on the other side, so that
Yeah, so
Yeah.
at least
Right, yeah, exactly.
you can get to build it or deny the tower, which I
Yeah.
don't think would happen.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess Zeus will build 2 blue cards in the first stage. The economy is pretty bad for Zeus.
it's very bad. Yes.
It's pretty bad.
But yeah, it needs to be very lucky with the start of the second age.
If he gets
What-
the 2 wood first move,
Yeah.
he's back
no,
on track. Yeah.
First move is to JJ.
Oh no, first move. Yeah, that's
Yes.
right. Yeah.
Second move.
Second move.
Yeah, but I think the economy of JJ is just too good. He hasn't built Piraeus and
Yeah,
Lighthouse. He just have to survive military, and
yes.
I don't think a civil victory for Zeus is
Ever possible. Yeah.
it's very hard. But yeah, still tries. Not the best start for JJ.
Yeah, definitely. There is the double wood visible. Huh. So there will be a battle for it, I think. Would you start the second age if you were JJ?
I think I would on the left side to get the red card if
Yeah, just in case.
if you read something good, at least you defend a bit military. But
Yeah, JJ agrees.
he buys it even.
Okay,
This
and
is useless.
yeah, bad card is revealed.
Not useful.
Maybe here build a blue and just go for concatenations.
Yeah,
Very
desperate
bad,
concatenation.
but not even a chance to take the concatenation token. That would be nice in that case.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, but he can do it. He can build it later. I don't think JJ will
Yeah. I
take it
think
away.
Zeus wants to have JJ reveal another card to the left. You know, if it's the Caravansary or the Forum that gets revealed, that would be useful for Zeus. Or the Customs House. No, okay, I don't know about the Customs House.
Those are really useless cards.
Useless cards, exactly.
Oh, why?
Yes.
That's the will. It's the green that JJ would like to get, but it's not crucial anyway.
Yeah, in fact, Zeus is he's thinking about ignoring the wheel. Interesting.
Yeah,
Well,
it's quite expensive as well for JJ.
Yeah.
Now, Piraeus or not to go for the double
For
wood?
the double wood.
Double wood.
I think he will. Let's see.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not even needed. Maybe better to stay with your wonders.
Yeah, I guess the problem is that if you then reveal the Caravansary, Maybe you give
Very-
a small chance.
It's very tempting, but maybe it's a mistake.
Mhm.
And what would you do? Just for points? On the right?
Hmm.
Right, because actually, yeah, Zeus has priority on the double wood, right? So
Yeah,
JJ
always.
has to do something about it if he doesn't want to leave the double wood.
Yeah, maybe I would take the 4 points on the right and postpone the choice.
Mhm.
I don't think that hanging gardens for
No.
getting double wood is like a real danger. So
Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't know. It's not? I don't
No, it's not.
know.
I'm happy if it's Zeus does that. Then I
Yeah.
have complete control.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, you're happy, yes, but you're happy anyway, right? So the question is,
Yeah, that's true.
how would you be the most happy?
I mean, I would keep my double turn maybe.
Then you have to leave the wood for Zeus always.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I mean you can postpone it, but eventually you'll have to make that choice.
Yeah, but for
5
now,
points are really good.
now I would wait one turn, like build the
Yeah.
statue and wait.
Maybe Zeus will win on time.
Yeah, after careful consideration, I would definitely take the 4 points here because
Uh-huh.
say that you go for the Paraeus and Wood just now, and then the revealed card is bad.
Mhm.
Then Zeus can take the 4 points, which is a good card. Instead,
Mhm.
if you do it later, then you're leaving him with a worse card, with a green useless card there. So it's better to wait one turn for sure.
Also, going to the right will make so that probably Zeus will reveal the flipped card on the right, and if it's the caravansary, it gets easier for JJ to make a choice, which is not. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, that was a good point. I suppose the double shield is a good reveal.
Yeah.
For JJ.
Yes, it's a good card. They can play it.
Not as good as the caravansary, I would say, but still.
I think he's thinking about discarding it maybe instead of building because 5 money is not a lot. But
Yeah, he's short on coins.
and then it's in the discard pile for the mausoleum anyway to defend. And then the big decision, but I'm not so sure that taking just the 5 points is a bad move.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know, but leaving the double wood. It's tricky.
For sure, now I would take care of the red card.
Yeah. Now, yes.
Somehow.
Oh, yes.
And I think I'd discard it. I don't think I'd build it.
I think I would build it.
But it's close.
Yeah. JJ is taking the time to make precise moves. That makes sense.
thinking a lot about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was another option I was thinking about, but didn't seem good enough
I
to me
see.
because then the red card doesn't go into the discard pile, and
Uh-huh.
it's useful if it's there, I think.
Yeah,
But anyway, I mean,
I was considering the same exactly. I don't think this was worth it.
it's not bad though. Because
Yeah, I agree.
No,
I think
no.
I agree with this choice. Yeah.
Just to avoid risking the clay monopoly.
I see. There was still the possibility of a clay monopoly by Zeus. That's what you
Clay
meant.
monopoly is not a big concern after all with the Great Lighthouse.
Oh, I think we're going to see a counter extra turn. So we have some drama going on. the evaluation is above minus 0.8 for the first time in a while.
Oh.
And yeah, interesting. I guess for the same reasoning, playing the extra turn does not have to be done in the center, but also on the side. And JJ hits back with an extra turn. Okay.
no more extra
No
turns in the
caravanserai.
game.
Oh,
Yeah, and the evaluation is again bad.
yes.
Yeah. So okay, a couple of interesting moves, but we are back to probably just a
No,
win.
this was the last chance for the caravanserai now.
The last chance for the caravanserai, right? Yes, that makes sense.
Now there is no, the Zeus economy is unfixable. So.
Yeah.
There it was.
And
Uh-huh.
that red card is very good news for JJ as well. I would take that
No.
caravanserai. Yeah, it's.
I see.
What would you?
Okay.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I guess Zeus agrees.
I think civil victory is not case. The only danger was a very strange setting with the red cards in H3, and now you are safer. Unless let me think, who's gonna start the H3 now? What?
JJ is starting, I think.
Okay, then it's good for him to.
Yeah. Yeah. That
Otherwise,
was
there
probably...
would be a mistake probably.
Yeah, I agree. So do you think is it obvious that the game is over?
Yes.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Almost. I mean, anything can happen, but
Yeah, maybe the very weird military cards layout, but
Because I mean, you still have +4 on the military track going into H3, counting both the mausoleum and the barracks and all the wonders.
oh, I thought I would have taken the customs house here.
I think this makes sense.
I
Or
would
maybe
have picked the statue of Zeus with the custom mouse.
It's too late for resources, I think.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
Also, it's expensive resource.
And that one shield might make a small difference.
Yeah. I guess, now JJ will build all his wonders as fast as possible.
Clearly, yes.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, that's a good moment to build a. Unless,
but
the thing
then,
is,
it's not great, right? Like the lighthouse is not doing much. The mausoleum isn't either.
Also, not only 5 coins, and you don't want to start H3 with 0 coins, maybe.
That's true. Yes.
Probably want at least 8.
Still some decisions need to be made.
And he can wait on the wonders. There's no rush. I mean, it's not that Zeus is going to build all his wonders in a couple of turns.
Yeah, I think he has to get the brewery right now.
Yes, should get the. Still, I think it was good to build the Great Lighthouse because, anyways, clearly he wants to build both of them to deny Zeus the 4 shields coming from the wonders, and it's better to do it in age 2 than in age 3. He still has another turn to discard and get
That's
money.
true. That's true.
Mm.
Also, now
Mhm.
that stone is not really in danger anymore, right? The single stone.
Mm.
If
Mhm.
then
Yeah.
it gets more expensive if the stone is destroyed with.
Those 2 red cards next to each other are very bad news for Zeus.
Yeah, it's just 1 each.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And JJ plays first.
Yeah.
Picks first on that.
This is a good one, but
No, I don't think it's a good one because
It's behind the
the
other
red
one.
card behind would have been Zeus' priority, but now it's
You're right.
just 1 each again. So it's
You're right.
it's actually bad news for War,
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
and
So
the
he
game
can't
is
make
basically
it.
over.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are at minus 96, minus.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many? There's 2 more reds, right? And
I
this
think
has to reveal. No, I don't think there's any chance.
yeah, we're also having some issues, technical issues. Zeus has been thinking outside his time, outside his move. Well, anyway, doesn't make a difference, but. Okay, so the poll, what did the poll say? The poll had 54% of the people, okay, saying that Zeus would win 3-0 or 3-1. Okay, that's out of the question. 27% Zeus winning 3-2. So that's still possible. And 18% unlikely. 18% is probably going to be right. About JJ winning 3-2. So,
So how many people is 18%?
it's 2 people, I think.
Okay, yes, for this too.
Yeah, 11 people took the poll.
I didn't vote actually. Did you
Mm.
guys vote?
I didn't vote.
I did.
What did you vote?
Oh,
I was thinking 3-1 for Zeus.
Okay,
Yeah, me too.
okay. So the most popular choice. Yeah, I guess the setup of this game was yeah, very difficult for Zeus. I mean, almost impossible, maybe. I suppose JJ played accurately. So
Yeah, you need some big mistakes from your opponent, I guess, here, and JJ
Yeah.
of course didn't do any.
It's not.
It's one of those one-way games.
Yeah.
there's just no chance, right?
I think, yeah, Zeus does not think that there is a chance. Let's put it that way.
But I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, what would the chance be?
Yeah, exactly. What can happen?
So do you think JJ was right in picking? Oh wait. Okay, yeah, he picked the Great Lighthouse over the Circus Maximus, right? During the Wonder Draft.
Oh,
What do you still think that was?
I think it was a good call, actually.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have mattered so much, but it's probably better this way rather than the opposite way.
Yeah, in the end, economy played a pretty significant role. So maybe if Zeus had the Great Lighthouse, and if he built it very early,
Yeah.
in
You
the
know,
game.
I'm a big fan of the Lighthouse.
I see.
Unlike most of the good players, I'm in the minority there, but I like the Lighthouse a lot. More than
yeah.
more than
No,
usual players.
I used
I
to
also-
like it a lot as well. Now a bit less because I see the power. I think I better see the power of the other wonders, but it's still very good. Especially, I really used to like the couple Pyreus and Library together. That's like I'm safe with resources. Whatever can happen. That's what Zeus had last game, right? So. And then Zeus could focus on other cards because resources could. Economy maybe was not the best, but still was. What did you say? Sufficient or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, they started playing quicker.
yes.
Yeah, huge point lead. Probably Zeus didn't try to maximize his points at the end.
No, but it doesn't matter.
Welcome back, JJ. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Yes, sir.
Congrats.
Thank you. Thank
Well
you.
done.
I got my prayers were answered with a relatively easy fifth game. So it was a little weird in age 2, but age 1 was like I felt really strong after age 1. So yeah. I don't know what you guys saw from that game, but
yeah, there was that the main question was the two wood in H2,
right.
whether to go for it or not, and when to go for it, and but for the rest, I think it was a very straightforward
I was
game.
very happy. Yeah, I agree. I was very happy when the computer decided to not spin for the wood because it meant I probably made the right choice to not go for it right away. And then once I kind of and then once I saw that I could go for it and everything could burn down nicely, then I obviously used it. But that was an interesting spot.
We were also saying that that probably was better to postpone the choice and first get the 4 points. Yeah, it's probably the right call.
Yeah, overall not as interesting as game 4, but still was. Yeah, there was still like red play, like even the wonder pick. Deciding whether to take the circus or take lighthouse. I mean, I figured I had mausoleum, which is kind of a red wonder in my mind, so I figured I could hedge against the statue and just out resource him and then be okay on red. So that was kind of my thinking. So
we're just discussing that move just at the very end of the game, and I was saying that probably that was a very good move. And I'm a big fan of the lighthouse in general. So
it's funny you say that because I used to have a lot higher opinion of Lighthouse, and then I was watching like Arrigo's games with the AI and how it thinks about Lighthouse, and it's just like not a fan at all. And I was like, all right, I guess I should change my thinking about Lighthouse. So, like even if you have Statue and Lighthouse, I used to take Lighthouse to hedge against Statue, and now I do the opposite. I take Statue instead. Because even if you can knock him down, like even in that game, he got a Caravanserai, but everything was still just way too expensive because of the wood.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
But if he would have had the Lighthouse instead, if Zeus had the Lighthouse, then he could pull some decent civil game.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah,
was
and that's
more
the
of a
other thing.
counter pick, I think.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Giving player 2 Caravanserai is not exactly what you want to do because you have the resource advantage in age 1. So that's another consideration to just, yeah. So pretty interesting game.
Yeah, well
So
done.
an easy one. Thank you. Yeah, that was a really fun match. Yeah.
Congratulations again. Question, like, do you ever take military cards in H1? Like,
yeah, that's something the
Joystick,
computer went for. When he goes for that, like I know he's extremely desperate, right? Like,
yeah,
like,
that's
I feel okay with that, and I feel like he knows that like he's not going to win on blue probably. When I forced him out of the wood, and yeah, he knew he was kind of screwed, and that made I felt okay when he took that, which. I mean, that's kind of his only shot is to just hope he gets like all the red cards in H2 and can snipe it. But yeah, I mean, that's a high level play that like the only times I would consider doing this, I saw like 3 reds in a row and I already wasn't going to be like going first in H2. I might consider just hammering 3 down if I was really behind already, but that's a high level play for sure.
Also, I think it was the red card without any concatenation. That's like the one that doesn't help you much.
It doesn't cost anything.
H2.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the other red card that he
desperation.
Yeah, the other red card he could have taken cost him 4 because it was all the ones.
Yeah, and then there was another one, the one that cost 2. That was on the you discarded it because it was revealed on the left side.
Yeah. Yep. And I didn't want to use an extra turn wonder there, obviously, and I knew I was going first H2, so I just discarded and I felt like that was okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think after all, after seeing the rest of H1, that single shield wasn't worth it. Like,
yes,
but I can see the desperation in Zeus' eyes.
Yeah, I mean, if the red and blue are switched there, it either forces me to give him Tavern, which I don't want to do, forces me to use Piraeus to get Tavern, or forces me to give him the red, which is like kind of a little bit of an interesting spot, but he just got unlucky and the red was on the other side.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with your analysis a lot.
Yeah, it was a super fun match. Really enjoyed it. Still wish I would have taken that 5 in game 4, but like 5 games, you make some mistakes.
I think you played very, very well. Overall. Yeah,
Thank you. I was actually thinking as I was playing, I was like, damn, if I like took this much time in like ranked play, like things could look a lot better for my Elo right now. So it's a very deep game, and like especially when you're just grinding online and you like kind of play fast sometimes and you're not thinking, but it was really fun to like just buckle down for like half an hour and just like focus on the game. The nice thing too is like it takes a lot of time, not a lot, but it takes like 15-20 seconds to make a move, which gives me a lot of time to think on my end. So like it's not like just like snapping back and forth making plays. So that made me feel kind of comfortable playing against it.
Yeah, I think that's something I was thinking about when we were designing the format of these matches. I didn't want moves to be played too fast on either side. Also, for the benefit of us commentators.
Did you guys see that I almost ran out of time too?
Yeah, that's true.
I was halfway through H3 and I was like, oh my gosh, I have 20 seconds. I need to just like, I knew like, I'm sure like no one would be like, oh, he lost on time. But like, I'm going to make sure I get it in on the clock. So I'm not going to lost.
But I think we had some issues with the clocks anyway. So, I mean, yeah. Because a few times I believe Zeus was thinking in during your
my
turn,
time.
and I think also spending his time. Something
Overall,
weird was happening.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I thought like, yeah, maybe there's some bugs. Overall, the clocks are really well done, and like it's nice to not have to rely on like BGA's specific implementation of how they do increments and stuff. So I thought the
Yeah,
setup
thanks.
was really great, and it was really nice to see on my screen. Like, just
Okay,
so
yeah, that's
done,
good.
so that was a really great format.
Nice. Yeah, happy to hear it. Yeah, the clocks are one of the most complicated things. Still have bugs in the clocks.
That's the thing. When I saw your first stream, I was like, the AI is impressive, but there's so many like things that you have to build outside the AI to make it work,
Yes.
like integration with BGA, clocks, like all this stuff. And I was like, that's actually pretty impressive, like all the work you guys have put into this. So I appreciate the opportunity to get to do this, because this is like, I've always thought about what it would be like to have an AI in this game, and so it's just really cool to have like some strong AI. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, happy to to do this and have such great players as you and Arrigo.
We should do more of these. I'd
Yeah.
love to see more. So
Yeah,
these
yeah,
are
no,
a lot of
absolutely.
fun. Cool.
Nice. Any final words?
Thank you.
Yeah, none except for thanks for putting this together, doing a great job organizing, and yeah, it was a really fun event.
Thank you for participating. Thanks also to Scopes, who also joined us
Thanks
for
for
the first
having
time
me.
today.
It was a pleasure, and I had a lot of fun. It was really exciting.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we can say goodbye to our spectators and see you next time. We'll be back.
Nice.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.